Good afternoon and welcome now to Three Rivers College in Poplar Bluff. We're gearing up now for the OFC Softball Tournament. The first game of the afternoon is going to feature the 5-seeded Twin Rivers Lady Royals taking on the number 4-seeded Donettes out of Doniphan. We're going to welcome in now the head coach of Twin Rivers, head coach Casey Parson. And coach, this afternoon you guys go up against a very good team out of Doniphan. Much like everybody else in the OFC, you guys have not been on the field due to the weather. So talk about today's matchup. What are you expecting as you guys go toe-to-toe against Doniphan in the opening round of the OFC Softball Tournament?
As we go head-to-head, I think it will be a good battle. Both of us not seen the field much due to the weather. I think it'll be a good matchup. We face them a lot in the fall. We haven't got to face them this spring, but I think it'll be a good ball game here on a Tuesday afternoon morning.
Let's talk about some of your players here as Whitney Williams will get the bump here to start the ball game. She is one of the better pitchers I've seen in the OFC. Give me your thoughts on her and how critical will it be for your team to get some early runs in this softball matchup?
Yep, she's going to get on the mound for us. It'll be critical for her to get a good start, get us down on the strikes, and it'll be really important for her to get a good start going.
Talk about your infield and Charlie Johnson, also Reese Chrisman doing a great job on the infield, your catcher as well. Seems like on the infield you guys have a lot of good pieces there.
Yep, we do. We have a lot of good pieces if we just put them all together and get our defense going. And Casey Rose does a good job in the outfield for us at center field. So, we got 3 seniors here coming into this ball game, so it should be a good ball game.
On the other side, looking at Doniphan, Emily Davis is 7-1 this year, coach. Her ERA is under 4. She has struck out 49 batters, only walked 10. For your batters here today, how critical will it be for you guys to be patient and get base runners on the base pads?
Yep, we're going to have to put the bat on the ball and get the ball in play and let them hopefully make some errors for us and just get base runners in scoring position.
And then, of course, if you guys win the first matchup, you guys will go on to the second round coming up. East Carter not looking past Doniphan, but if you guys make it to East Carter game, that's also going to be a tough one as well.
Yep, Jordan Moore's throwing well for them also, and it will be a great matchup for whoever moves forward.
All right, Coach, thank you so much for the opportunity. We'll see you guys afterwards. Head Coach Casey Parson joining us live as we are getting underway now for the first game of the OFC Softball Tournament. And, of course, we appreciate you tuning in live on Facebook and on YouTube. And, of course, coming up in just a moment, we're going to be joined by the Doniphan head coach. Coach Chilton is going to join us coming up in just a few moments as we are getting everything set now. Everything is good to go as we are underway here in Three Rivers College in Poplar Bluff. We are so glad to be here. All kinds of great sponsors, and the 2 head coaches now are making their way out to the home plate area where today Dave Crockett will be the home plate umpire and Coach Adam Epps. Both are coaches for these 2 schools. Coach Adam Epps will be the field umpire here this afternoon as we are gearing up for an amazing contest coming up between Doniphan and Twin Rivers. And, of course, we've got great sponsors once again making all of this possible. Without our sponsors, we could not do this here today. We want to say a big shout out to, of course, Day One Chiropractic, also Southern Care and Comfort In-Home Agency, also being brought to you by JG Concrete Construction, JW Walker and Sons Recycling, J Blue Trucking, Rushton's Towing, Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers, also being brought to you by Barker's Towing and Auto Repair, Stan Bader Trust, Smokin' Aces, also being brought to you by the Shooter Shack, Scott Law Firm, Christian Automotive and Tire, First Choice Insurance, White Sanders Funeral Home, Cornell Trucking, also being brought to you by the Farm Credit of Southeast Missouri, Simmons Grocery and Hardware, also Roof Raiders and Liberty, all proud supporters of the OFC Softball Tournament as we are gearing up for a good game coming up here in just a few moments. Now, we are going to be doing the national anthem coming up in just a moment. And remember, I hope you're getting a good shot of that, Tim. We've got Casey Rose right here in front of us from Twin Rivers. Gotcha. And, of course, we've got the national anthem coming up. And don't forget, coming up as soon as we get ready for the national anthem, we are going to be unable to play the national anthem because of copyright infringements. So we will do that. We'll have to pull the audio for just a moment. And, of course, we've got the 2 umpires. They are ready to go. And I'm not sure we're going We're going to go ahead and go down field side for the playing of our national anthem according to the home plate umpire. So we're going to kill the audio for just a moment, and then following the national anthem, we'll come back and we will have the first pitch between Twin Rivers and the Doniphan Donettes. Here is our Pledge of Allegiance. All right, we are back with you here from Three Rivers College in Poplar Bluff as we are gearing up now for the opening pitch here of the OFC Softball Tournament. It was delayed from yesterday because of Mother Nature, but we are live here this afternoon for an amazing day of high school softball. Going to be in the low 60s area-wide, and, of course, we will have the opening pitch in just a few moments. Doniphan taking on Twin Rivers, and the winner moving on to take on the overall number 1 seed in this year's tournament. It is the Lady Redbirds out of East Carter, and we're going to see them later on this afternoon. We've got a great afternoon. Not one game we're doing today, not even 2 or 3. We're going to do 5 games coming up today, and then there's a lot of talk about where we go from here as far as the weather. Will it cooperate tomorrow? Odds are probably not, but that's okay. We will get through this at some point. And, of course, we're talking to the athletic director of Twin Rivers, Coach Kelly Westerfield. She tells us that, that tomorrow there is a chance the games may get moved up a little bit, but we're not really sure yet. As we near the first pitch coming up, 49 degrees here in Poplar Bluff, and the best part is we don't have a lot of wind to talk about, only about 2 miles an hour, no clouds in the sky. As we get set for the opening pitch coming up, let's get you to our starting lineups here today. First by Twin Rivers, leading things off for the Lady Royals, playing center field. Number 15, Casey Rose, batting second at third base. Number 4, Reese Chrisman, batting third at shortstop, is number 3, Charlie Johnson, batting cleanup. The pitcher, number 14, Whitney Williams, batting fifth. The catcher, number 22, Jenny Castile. And, of course, the DH spot is Emma Vansel, batting seventh at second base is number 25, Layla Tompkins. Batting eighth at first base is number 32, Annie Middlestott. And batting ninth over at left field, number 18, Savannah Allen. Strike one taken by Casey Rose to begin here this contest. No balls and a strike. There's a swing and a miss. So Emily Davis on the mound. Davis is 7-1 this year. She's got 10 walk batters, 49 strikeouts. In the contest, and Reese Chrisman coming up next here. She will try to get things going for the Twin Rivers Lady Royals. So Reese Chrisman now coming up. Whatever. So we'll keep it right there. Ball's inside to Reese Chrisman. By the way, our home plate umpire, Dave Crockett. Our field umpire is Adam Epps today. They'll be with us, I believe, all 5 games. Here is the 1-0 pitch on the way to Reese Chrisman, the third baseman. This one a foul to the screen. 1 ball and 1 strike here this afternoon in Poplar Bluff. Three Rivers College is where we come to you today for the opening round of the OFC Softball Tournament. Make sure and share this video feed for us. Let us know where you're tuning in. Most importantly, what team you're going for today. This one popped up to the screen. It is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Great job by Tim Hicks doing the scoreboard as well. We're going to have that incorporated today, so you'll be able to see where we are in the ball games every time you log on to watch. 1 ball, 2 strikes here. Emily Davis on the mound for the Donettes. Swing and a miss. 2 down here in the inning, so back-to-back strikeouts. Got Kim Dollins making her way in. It's never an OFC game without Miss Dollins. Got to have her, whether it's basketball, baseball, even softball. Glad to have her alongside today as well. Charlie Johnson coming up to the plate for Twin Rivers. Johnson now plays shortstop for the Lady Royals, and she's a spark offensively. If she gets a hold of one, she'll take it for a ride. This one up high for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Whitney Williams on deck here for Twin Rivers. She'll bat next if Charlie Johnson's able to get on. Here is the 1 ball, 1 strike now. A strike called right down the plate here. 2 down in the inning, nobody on. By the way, later on today, we'll get you to our schedule coming up. Lots more action coming up today. We've got first and second rounds here of the OFC Softball Tournament. This one taken inside for a ball. 2 balls and a strike now to the shortstop, Charlie Johnson. 2 down in the inning. First 2 struck out, and now Charlie's trying to keep this inning alive. 2 balls and a strike in the opening round. This one fouled up and out of play behind us. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 49 degrees here at game time, and we're going to get to about 60 later on this afternoon. Going to be a great day for high school softball. Expecting rain yet again coming up on Wednesday. Here is the 2-2 pitch on the way by Emily Davis. Ball outside. Count is full now at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Charlie Johnson trying to get something going here in this first inning. This one is lined out to center field for a base hit. Charlie's going to try to stretch it out to a double. Here's the relay in. She is safe for a 2-out double. So Charlie Johnson getting things going here with a 2-out hit. Charlie Johnson batting .417 on the season. She gets her 4th double of this year. Coming up to the plate now, Whitney Williams batting .381 on the season. Williams, by the way, she's got a home run, 13 RBIs. Jenny Castile is on deck. Whitney pops it up, this one out to right field. Coming in to make the play out in right field. It is taken for the out. That was by Caden Bond. So, 1 stranded after a 2-out double. And now we'll see the Royals coming up to the, or I should say coming out on defense. And Doniphan is going to come out. It'll be Sydney Speck, McKenna Monahan, and Micah Burton when we come back. You're listening to exclusive coverage of the OFC Tournament. We are live here on Facebook and our YouTube channel, and it's all courtesy of Today's Talk, KWOC. right, so we are back here live at Three Rivers College for today's contest. And let's get to our starting lineups here by the Doniphan Donettes. Leading things off in center field is number 5, Sydney Speck, batting second at left field. Number 8, McKenna Monahan, batting third. The catcher, number 20, Micah Burton. Over at cleanup batter today is first base, number 22, Kylie Hawkins. Batting fifth at shortstop, number 21, Kyron Bond. Batting sixth, she's at second base, number 12, Peyton Lowry. The DH spot, batting seventh, number 1, Grayson Kirby. Batting eighth, the pitcher, number 2, Emily Davis. And batting ninth at right field, number 14, Caden Bond. Not batting but playing third base is number 4, Paige Wilson. Looking in the outfield here this afternoon for Twin Rivers. We'll get you two defensively here for the Lady Royals. In left field is number 18, Savannah Allen. Over in center field is Casey Rose. At right field this afternoon is Maddie Hockersmith. And we'll get you to the infield coming up in just a moment. First one is down low for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. At third base is Reese Crispin. Shortstop is Charlie Johnson. Over at second base, Layla Tompkins. At first base is, it's Annie Middlestott. And behind the plate, Jenny Castile. And on the mound is Whitney Williams. Coming in this season, there's a bunt. It goes foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. Whitney Williams is 2-1 this season with an ERA of 2.94. She has worked 19 innings, giving up 13 hits, 15 runs, 8 earned. She has walked 6 and struck out 34. So those are defensive numbers here by Twin Rivers. And this one is downstairs as well for another ball. 2 balls and a strike here to the leadoff, Sydney Speck. Speck here coming in to the ball game, batting .292 this season. She's got a home run and 3 RBIs. So Sydney Speck trying to get Doniphan off to a good start here in the bottom part of inning number 1. 3 balls and a strike to Doniphan's leadoff hitter. May want to work on that cord a little bit, Tim. Is starting to do it again. This one ball 4, so Sydney Speck draws a leadoff walk. Leadoff walk here by Sydney Speck. And she is standing on first base with nobody out here in the inning. Monahan now coming up to the plate. McKenna Monahan. She is batting .421 this season. She's got no homers, 6 RBIs. And Speck now is going to wind up on second base. So Monahan coming up to the plate now. She's got runners in scoring position. Monahan, a couple of triples here this season so far. There's a strike called. Good pitch by Whitney Williams. 1 ball and 1 strike. Our broadcast here today presented by Day One Chiropractic. If you ever wake up in the morning feeling stiff and sore, Dr. Sean and Megan have opened Day One Chiropractic, and they are ready to help you feel better. Give them a call, 772-5451 in Poplar Bluff, located right next to Pizza Inn in Poplar Bluff. Here is the 1-2 pitch in the dirt. Good stop by the catcher. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Nobody out. 1 on here in the bottom half of inning number 1. This one taken outside. Count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Count is full now. Nobody out here in the bottom half of inning number 1. Just past 11 o'clock here this afternoon. This one taken up high, so back-to-back walks here to begin this inning. And now Micah Burton comes up to the plate with nobody out and 2 on. So Micah Burton coming up to the plate now. She is batting .417. No homers, but 12 RBIs. And there's a strike called. A good pitch by Williams to come back. No balls and a strike. So Williams now on the rubber. Here is the 0-1 pitch. This one in the dirt. Good block by Jenny. And now the 2 runners advance to second and third base. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. in the first game of 5 here this afternoon. I know Tim is working on the video issues that we're having right now. A little bit of jumpiness to the video. We'll get that squared away. This one is over Jenny Castile's head. Throw back to home is safe. And Speck comes in to score. And now it is 1-0 Doniphan. So Monahan moves over to third base. 2 balls and a strike. To Micah Burton, nobody out here in the inning. Doniphan now leads 1-0 as Kylie Hawkins awaits on deck. This one over the head again of Castile, and 2-0 now. It's a 3-1 count, and we're going to get a mound visit here by the head coach, Casey Parson. And, of course, our broadcast being brought to you by Southern Care and Comfort M Home Agency. Provides assistance to residents, which allows them to live in their own home. Their caregivers provide assistance with personal care, household chores, shopping, and errands, as well as giving rest breaks to daily caretakers. If you are in need or know someone that can use our help, give them a call, 686-2273, 686-2273, with 4 locations across Southeast and South Central Missouri. Give them a call, 686-2273. So we're going to have a little bit of a pitching change here. Reese Chrisman is now going to move over from third base. She'll be the new pitcher coming up for Twin Rivers, and we'll get you her numbers here. She has pitched 10 2/3 innings so far this season, and she is making her 5th appearance here on the young season. For Twin Rivers, giving up 10 hits, 10 runs, 6 have been earned. She has walked 7, struck out 17. Her ERA is 3.93. And Reese Chrisman coming in with nobody on. It's a 3-1 count. Williams now moving over to batter, or make that third batter of the inning. Here is the 3-2 fouled away, so we'll do it again. Payoff pitch number 3 balls and 2 strikes. And there's a swing and a miss. Good pitch and 1 down here in the inning. So Burton is down on strikes, 1 away here in the bottom half of inning number 1. Kylie Hawkins now. There we go. I think the issue might be fixed now. This one fouled away, so it's no balls and a strike now to Kylie Hawkins. As Kylie Hawkins steps up to the plate. Hawkins batting .520, a team-high .520, 3 homers and 12 RBIs. She's got a lot of power, especially to the left side. Here is the 0-1 pitch, up high pitch by Reese Chrisman. No balls and a couple of strikes here. 2-0 at Doniphan leads here in the bottom part of the inning. Chrisman taking her time. Here is the 0-2 pitch on the way. Ball inside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss and 2 down here in the inning now. So back-to-back strikeouts here by Reese Chrisman. So 2 down here in the inning. Kyron Bond coming up to the plate now with 2 away and nobody on. There's a rocket shot. Line drive, base hit. Just in time. Couldn't get her. Good running by Bond, and she's going to wind up on first base after a rocket shot to third base. It'll be a 2-out hit, and now Peyton Lowry coming up to the plate. She's also batting .500. She's got 1 homer, 11 RBIs, and now a 2-out hit, and Bond stands on first base. Here is Lowry now. There's a strike called. Reese Chrisman ahead now, no balls and a strike. Coming up in the top part of inning number 2 for Twin Rivers, a strike 2 is called. It'll be batters 5, 6, and 7. Jenny Castile, Emma Vansel, Layla Tompkins, all due up for Twin Rivers in the top part of inning number 2. It's 2-0 Doniphan with a runner on first base, and there's a throw down to second base, is not in time as Bond is able to be on second now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Reese Chrisman trying to get out of the inning. Game 1 of 5 coming up here this afternoon. First and second rounds of the OFC Softball Tournament today. And then as of right now, third place in championship set tomorrow right here at Three Rivers College. But we've got rain on the way at some point tomorrow. 3 balls and 2 strikes now as Peyton Lowry's trying to get on base with 2 down. Bond standing on second base. Chrisman gets the sign that she wants and comes set. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes. Doniphan picks up 2 runners and they strand 1 on second base. We go to the top part of inning number 2. Doniphan leads at 2-0. You're listening to exclusive coverage of the OFC tournament. We are live on today's talk, 93.3 FM, 930 AM, KWOC. All right, so we are back in inning number 2 now as Twin Rivers down at 2-0. And now we'll see what Davis has in store for Doniphan here as Jenny Castile will lead things off, the catcher for Twin Rivers. It'll be Castile, Emma Vansel, and Layla Tompkins all due up here in the top part of inning number 2. Castile digs in, and here's the pitch by Davis. Pop up by Jenny Castile, and the pitcher makes the out for 1 pitch and 1 down here in the top part of inning number 2. So 1 down here in the inning. Emma Vansel coming up now. Vansel then Tompkins. 1 away here in the top part of inning number 2. Davis comes set. Swing and a miss by Vansel. She is down a strike. No balls and a strike. Our broadcast presented by JG Construction. They specialize in all types of concrete, foundations, basements, retaining walls, even flat work, decorative, and stamped concrete. No matter your next project, call Joe Gloyd at JG Concrete for a free, no-obligation quote. Give them a call, 300-0560. It is JG Construction, a proud supporter of the OFC Softball Tournament. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Emma Vansel, trying to get on with 1 away here in the top part of inning number 2. Davis comes set, and here's the 1-2 pitch. Fouled it away, just stays alive. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Make sure and let us know where you're tuning in from and what team you're going for here in this first matchup of the afternoon. Game time temperature started at 49. We're already in the low 50s here this afternoon. We're going to get to about 60. Called strike 3, 2 down here in the inning. And Layla Tompkins now stepping up to the plate. Tompkins here this season is batting .200 on the season. No homers, 5 RBIs. Nobody on base. This one taken inside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Tompkins now digs in, trying to reach base with nobody on and 2 away. There's a base hit. This one's going to, it's going to be a great catch. I spoke too soon. What a catch made in right field by Caden Bond, and the side is retired. No runs, no hits, nobody left on. We go to the bottom half of inning number 2. It'll be Kirby, Davis, and Bond. When we come back, Doniphan leads 2-0. You're listening to exclusive coverage of the OFC Softball Tournament here on Today's Talk, 93.3 FM, 930 AM, KWOC. So we're getting ready for the bottom half of inning number 2 at Doniphan right now. They lead it 2-0. And Charlotte Huffman says, let's go Donettes. Also, Megan Valenzuela says, go Reese. Ron Withrow tuning in this morning here live on Facebook and on YouTube. Appreciate having everybody tuning in this afternoon for Twin Rivers and Doniphan Donette softball. It is first game of the OFC Softball Tournament. We've got a full slate of games coming up. In our next contest, it'll be a good one. Neelyville takes on Naylor. And then in Game 3, Clearwater takes on Greenville. And then following that contest, the winners are going to move on to the semifinals later on today. So Reese Chrisman stands in, or I should say takes ball 1 rather, to Grayson Kirby. Kirby the DH hitter for this afternoon for the Donettes. We'll get you her numbers here in just a moment. And this one taken outside as well. 2 balls and no strikes as Grayson Kirby digs in, trying to get on base here to begin things for the Doniphan Donettes. Kirby batting .333 this season. There's a rocket shot. It's a line drive out to right field, and it's going to be an error by the right fielder following the base hit, and Grayson Kirby is going to wind up on second base. So a base hit. And then the error for the right fielder, Hockersmith, who couldn't field it cleanly on that last play. So a runner on second base and nobody out. Emily Davis now coming up to the plate. Davis bats left-handed, showing bunt. Kirby's going to wind up on third base. Here's the pitch. It's down low for ball 2. It's 2 balls and no strikes now to Emily Davis. Davis coming up to the plate. Davis batting .250 on the season. No homers and 5 RBIs. There is a run standing on third base. This one's a great bunt. This one just goes foul. Good job by Williams letting that one go foul. 2 balls and a strike, a runner on third base with nobody out here in the bottom part of inning number 2. Kim, the YouTube channel is youtube.com/River Radio PB. youtube.com/River Radio PB. This one bunted away, and it's going to go foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Emily Davis, the pitcher, trying to help her own cause, up by 2 runs. Runner on second base and nobody out. So Chrisman now comes in and she'll fire away. Here is the 2-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, and Davis is retired. 1 down, big strikeout that time. She has retired 4 straight batters via the punch out. One down here in the inning, and Caden Bond coming up to the plate now. Caden Bond batting .273, 5 RBIs this year. This one's a strike called, hit the inside part of the plate. No balls and a strike here. Good umpire crew this afternoon with Epps in the field and Crockett behind the plate. So Caden Bond, the 9-hitter, stepping in. We're going to go back to the top of the lineup. There's a bunt. Foul ball called right off the bat, so it's no balls and 2 strikes here. Sydney Speck is on deck. Speck walked her first time and came around to score. Boy, that's a big outstanding, or I should say it's a 0-2 count. It's a big outstanding at the plate for Twin Rivers if they're able to get it. This one in the dirt, good stop by Castile. 1 ball and 2 strikes, the winner of this game. They get to move on to the semifinals later on today at 5 p.m. There's a swing. She fouled it away, throws to first base, is out there, and not in time at home. So 2 down here in the inning, and the runner comes across to score the 3rd run of the ball game. Three nothing is to score. Doniphan picked up 2 runs in the first inning, 1 here in the second. Nobody on, and Sydney Speck comes to the plate. Speck here this season batting .292 on the year. She's got a home run and 3 RBIs. This one's popped up. It's going to go into the outfield for a base hit. She's going to try to get a double out of it, and she will stretch it to a double. A 2-out double by Sydney Speck. Great job by Layla Tompkins. She tried to make a spectacular catch. She just could not come up with it. And now McKenna Monahan, who also walked and scored. She is coming up to the plate with 2 outs and a runner on second. So McKenna Monahan batting .421 this season. She's got a couple of triples so far and 6 RBIs. Strike 1 right down the middle. No balls and a strike here as Reese Chrisman trying to get out of the inning. There's a swing and a miss, so now she's way ahead. No balls and 2 strikes. Thank you, Ron. I appreciate that, my friend. Nice crowd on hand for this first matchup here. Lots of folks watching. Strike 3 called, and the inning will come to an end. So once again, Reese Chrisman gets 3 more strikeouts. 1 run comes across to the plate, and now the Donettes, they lead by a score of 3-0. Coming up in the top part of inning number 3, it'll be 8-9-1. Annie Middlestott will lead us off when we come back. Doniphan leads at 3-0. You're listening to live coverage of the OFC Softball Tournament here on today's Talk, 93.3 FM, 930 AM, KWOC. And we are back here as we get set now for the top part of inning number 3. As leading things off here for the top part of inning number 3, it is Annie Middlestott. And I was told before we went on the air today that Annie Middlestott's celebrating her 16th birthday today. So happy birthday to Annie Middlestott here as she tries to get Twin Rivers off here in this top part of the inning. It is 1 ball and 1 strike to Annie Middlestott here. On deck is Savannah Allen, then back to the top of the lineup. Ball inside, 2 balls and a strike here. 2 balls and a strike to Annie Middlestott. She tries to get something going here for the Lady Royals, down by 3 runs. Swing and a miss, and now the count is even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Davis so far in the first 2 innings given up no runs on 1 hit. She has struck out 3 and walked 0 so far in the ball game. Here is the 2-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, and she is down on strikes. So now Savannah Allen coming up to the plate for Twin Rivers. Once again, we're on YouTube as well by going to youtube.com/River Radio PB. This one inside to Allen for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Casey Rose awaits on deck, trying to get something going for Twin Rivers, down by 3 runs here in the top part of the 3rd inning. Swing and a miss. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Our broadcast presented by J.W. Walker & Sons Recycling. Turn your scrap metal into cash at J.W. Walker & Sons Recycling. You'll receive top dollar with up-to-the-minute market pricing. And there's a strike called at 1 ball, 2 strikes. You can find them available online by going to jwscrap.com. They are capable of servicing any size industrial account. Call 686-7840, 686-7840. That's a ball taken inside. 1 ball, or make that 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Savannah Allen, the 9-hitter, trying to get on base. Here is the 2-2 pitch. This one popped up, and this one going to get out of play. So we'll do it again. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Big crowd watching us here on social media. We appreciate that. So we are just getting started here live this afternoon. Tim Hicks doing a phenomenal job on the camera over there. This one popped up, this one in foul territory, and the first baseman couldn't make a play on it. Good try by Kylie Hawkins. Unable to make the catch. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes here. Emily Davis doing a phenomenal job on the mound for the Donettes. Remember, the winner of this game is going to move on to take on East Carter. Strike 3 called. It caught just enough of the plate. Back-to-back strikeouts. And now we're back to the top of the lineup. So Casey Rose comes up to the plate. She is batting .524 this season so far. Very speedy for Twin Rivers. This one popped up high in the air. Third baseman calling everybody off, and it drops in for a hit. So Casey Rose is going to wind up and reach base on an E5, and now Twin Rivers has something going with make that 2 outs and a runner on first. Reese Chrisman showing bunt here. Charlie Johnson awaits on deck. Casey Rose takes off. She's very quick and not even a chance. She'll wind up on second base with a stolen base. And now the Lady Royals have a runner in scoring position. And now the head coach of Doniphan's going to walk out and talk to head coach, or I should say the field umpire. Thinks that she may have left early, so we'll see what he says. We'll see what they decide to do, and they're going to leave it alone. So, stolen base for Casey Rose, who is standing on second base with 2 down. It's a 1 ball, no strike count to Reese Chrisman. Reese Chrisman now, more than likely, is not going to bunt in this situation. She is batting .300 on the season. This one pops straight up, and Emily Davis calls everybody off and will make the routine catch. So Twin Rivers is going to strand a runner on second base. We go to the bottom part of inning number 3. Doniphan leads at 3-0. You're listening to live coverage of the OFC Softball Tournament here on today's Talk, 93.3 FM, 930 AM at KWOC. All right, we are back here live at Three Rivers College in Poplar Bluff. Glad to have you alongside. I want to thank our great sponsors making all of this possible. Without them, we would not be here today. We want to say thank you again to Liberty Roof Raiders, also being brought to you by Simmons Grocery and Hardware. Also, Farm Credit of Southeast Missouri, Cornell Trucking, White Sanders Funeral Home, First Choice Insurance, Christian Automotive and Tire, the Scott Law Firm, LLC, Shooter Shack. Also being brought to you by Smokin' Aces, Stan Bader Trust, Barker's Towing and Auto Repair, Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers. Also being brought to you by Russians Towing, J Blue Trucking, J.W. Walker & Sons Recycling, JG Concrete Construction, Southern Care and Comfort In-Home Agency, and Day One Chiropractic, all bringing you the OFC Softball Tournament. It is a 3-0 score right now as the Donettes lead it in the bottom part of inning number 3. So Twin Rivers stranding another base runner. That is number 2 in the ball game. And, of course, you look at what Emily Davis has done so far. 5 strikeouts here in the ball game, giving up no runs so far. And a strike called right down the middle to Micah Burton, who struck out her first time. Defense looks about the same as it has pretty much all game. Out in left field, Savannah Allen. Right field for Twin Rivers is Maddie Hockersmith. In center field, it's Casey Rose. Along the infield, Whitney Williams standing at third base, and Charlie Johnson at shortstop. Second base is Layla Tompkins. First base, Annie Middlestock. Catching is Jenny Castile, and on the mound, who started third base, is Reese Chrisman. She has come in and she has pitched really good over the last couple of innings. It is 2 balls and a strike for Reese Chrisman, who Micah Burton struck out her first time back in the first inning. It's a 3-1 count now, as Twin Rivers is going to be batters 3, 4, and 5 here for the Doniphan Donettes. You all right, Tim? Everything good? All right, good deal. Ball 4 taken inside. So Burton now, and the Donettes have a leadoff runner on base with a no-out walk. My good friend Ron Withrow tuning in this afternoon. Odds are he's on his couch right now. He's got the iPad pulled up. Maybe the computer, I'm not sure about that. More than likely, he's got a Snickers bar eating it right now watching this live. No balls and a strike to Kylie Hawkins. Hawkins now coming up to the plate. There's a swing and a miss. So Hawkins is behind, no balls and 2 strikes. She is batting .520 on the season, 12 RBIs, a team high 12 RBIs. Good job by Reese. Try to get her fooled at this one. Not going to be in time, as Burton now winds up on second base with nobody out. So coming up in game number 2 this afternoon, Neelyville takes on Naylor at 1 p.m. and then Clearwater takes on Greenville at 3 o'clock. This one has popped up going toward foul territory, and it will get out of play. A long foul ball, 1 ball, 2 strikes. And then starting at 5 p.m., we will have semifinal action for you. East Carter, the number 1 seed in the tournament. They are already going to play in the semifinals, and we'll see who joins them. Will it be Twin Rivers? Will it be Doniphan? Right now, Doniphan leads at 3-0. This one up high for a ball, 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's 3-0 right now. Doniphan leads it here. Doniphan coming in to this matchup 8-1 on the season. Here is the pitch on the way. This one is a ground ball right to Charlie Johnson. Way to walk her back. 1 out at first base. Good play by the shortstop. It goes 6-3 on the out. And the important thing is Burton stays put at second base. So 1 down, and now Kieran Bond at the shortstop coming up. A base hit her first time. It was a rocket shot to shortstop, too. Here is the pitch up high for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. 1 down here in the inning. Ron says he had a Snickers bar for breakfast. He's got the iPad out watching right now. Glad to hear it, Ron. This one taken downstairs for another ball. 2 balls and no strikes. Our broadcast presented by J Blue Trucking. You need rock? No matter what type of material you need hauled to your home, business, or job site, J Blue Trucking, they can haul it. They're also hiring for Class A drivers for local, regional, and long haul. Join the J Blue team today. Apply online at jbluetrucking.com or give them a call 718-4946. A proud supporter of the OFC Softball Tournament. There's a rocket shot. This one is going to find the gap. 1 run is in, and it'll be a 1-out double. What a shot by Kyron Bond, the shortstop. She's got a base hit and now an RBI double. It is now 4-0 Doniphan, still 1 down here in the inning. So now Peyton Lowry coming up to the plate, struck out back in the first inning. So Doniphan picked up 2 runs in the first inning, a run apiece in the second and third inning. There's a ground ball to second. The flip to first base is in time, and there's 2 down. A good play by Layla Tompkins. It goes 4-3 on the out. 2 down here in the inning, and now Grayson Kirby coming up to the plate. Kirby, her first time, got a base hit, was able to advance on a fielding error in right field. She also came around to score as well. There's a swing and a miss. Good pitch by Reese Chrisman. Eric Wallace already tuning in this morning out there in Kenmore, Washington. This one gets behind the catcher, and they try, not in time, as Bond comes around to score. 5-0 now. Doniphan leads here in the bottom part of inning number 4, or make that 3.
Keep it going now. Come on.
This one taken just a little bit high for a ball. 2 balls and a strike here.
Come on, Grace. Looking for your pitch here. Watch for your pitch now. Be ready.
So Reese now comes set. Here's the 2-1 pitch. It's popped up. This one down the left field line, and it's going to be called a foul ball. We've got the dugout right here, the third base dugout right in front of us. Long foul ball. So it's 2 balls and 2 strikes here. How's the weather out in Washington, my good friend? I think it's 8:38, or make that 9:38 out there? 9:38, is that about right, Eric? 2 balls and 2 strikes. Strike 3 called, and the inning will come to an end, but not before Doniphan picks up 2 more runs. So we will go to the top part of inning number 4. Twin Rivers trails 5-0. Coming up for Twin Rivers, it'll be Johnson, Williams, and then Castile. You're listening live to the OFC Tournament. We are live on today's Talk 93.3 FM, 930 AM KWOC. All right, we are back here having a great time at Three Rivers College. So happy to be here this afternoon to bring you exclusive coverage of the OFC Softball Tournament. Right now, Twin Rivers is down at 5-0, but a lot can still go on. Charlie Johnson is going to lead things off, followed by Whitney Williams and then Jenny Castile. And if anybody else gets on from there, Emma Vansel is going to come up to the plate.
1 for 23.
Well, Eric, it's not one of those who am I going for kind of things. I've kind of got a vested interest in this ball game, but I'm not really going for anybody, but I know what you're referring to, and yes, the third batter of this inning is, there's a pop-up here by Johnson on pitch number 1, called off by the shortstop, and there's a quick out by Karen Bond, a good catch for her, and 1 pitch and 1 down here in the inning. So that one goes F6 on the out. So now coming up to the plate now, Whitney Williams, followed by Jenny Castile. There's a strike called right down the middle. So I'll go ahead and kind of get this out of the way. Everybody pretty much knows the catcher for Twin Rivers is my daughter. I give her a hard time, though, more than anybody else can, I promise you. Williams steps in, no balls and a strike here, trying to get something going. Outside for a ball, 1 strike. So there you go, Eric. So nobody on and 1 down here in the inning. 1 ball, 1 strike here. Whitney popped out to right field her first time. Here is the 1-1 pitch. It's up high for another ball. 2 balls and a strike here. Doniphan picked up a couple of runs back in the bottom part of inning number 3 on 1 hit. This one fouled away to the screen, so now the count is even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2 balls and 2 strikes here. Yep, Ron Withrow, you are correct. Number 22. This one popped up. This one, once again, is going to find the grass. The right fielder comes on again and makes another spectacular catch. Caden Bond, that is 2 now in this ball game that she has taken away hits for Twin Rivers. That was an all-around great play by that young lady, no doubt about it. So now the catcher coming up, Jenny Castile. Comes up to the plate. She's 0 for 1. Popped out to the pitcher back in the second. Takes ball 1 up high. Micah Kirkman standing on deck here for Twin Rivers. We are just getting started. Lots of games here to go on this afternoon. This one is popped up. This one down the first base line is going to go foul. So let us know where you're watching from this afternoon. Let us know who you're going for, and make sure you share this feed as well, whether you're watching us on Facebook or on YouTube. We're going to be here all afternoon. We're not going anywhere. Well, I'm going somewhere later, but I'll be back. There's a ball up high, 2 balls and a strike. So Bluff is going to play later on this afternoon, taking on Greenville. This one has popped up, and this one going to be taken for a base hit. Good job by the catcher. Jenny Castile gets an infield base hit. You can hear the head coach of Doniphan letting her third baseman know about it. She should have had that one. So a 2-out hit, and now coming up to the plate is Micah Kirkman. Kirkman stands in with 2 outs in the inning. This one is up high. Takes for a ball 1. Remember, the winner of this contest is going to move on to the semifinals coming up later on today. Davis comes set. Here's the 1-0 pitch. This one fouled away to the screen. Our broadcast presented by Russians Towing. Roadside assistance, auto repair, lockouts, jump starts, flats, impounds, wrecks, and so much more. Russians is dedicated to providing 24/7 service to customers when and where they need it. It's Russians to the rescue. Write this number down. It is 785-6349. Russians to the rescue, 785-6349. 2 balls and a strike here to Micah Kirkman. Still 2 down, 2 outs here in the inning. A runner on first. Strike called. Now the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Kirkman coming in to bat here. This one's popped up on the fence. It's still 2 balls and 2 strikes. If you're watching us on social media, let us know if you can still hear the audio feed. You should be able to, but if not, let me know. Two balls and 2 strikes, 2 down here in the inning. This one taken up high for another ball. 3 balls and 2 strikes now. Full count as Micah Kirkman tries to reach base with 2 down. On deck is Layla Tompkins for Twin Rivers, trying to come up with 2 on. This one has popped up and going to get out of play. Good crowd is on hand. We see Neelyville. They are here now getting ready for the next game. They will take on 7-seeded Naylor. Neelyville, the number 2 seed in the OFC tournament. We're going to see them here in just a few minutes. And a strike called, and the inning will come to an end. So 1 batter stranded. We go to the bottom part of inning number 4. Doniphan still leads 5-0. You're listening to live coverage of the OFC Softball Tournament. We are live on today's talk, 93.3 FM, 930 AM at KWOC. Bottom part of inning number 4 coming up. Doniphan leading 5-0 as we get ready. Thank you so much, Kim. I appreciate you so much. Lisa, same as well. Glad to have you guys joining us live on Facebook, on YouTube, and there's nowhere I'd rather be on a beautiful Tuesday afternoon than calling some high school softball today. For those that can't make it, maybe working today, we've got you covered. So coming up to bat here for the Donettes, it'll be 8-9-1. Emily Davis, Caden Bond, and then Sydney Speck. As at Doniphan right now, they lead at 5-0 in the bottom part of inning number 4. Coming up next, it'll be Neelyville taking on Naylor. I'm not going anywhere. Tim might go somewhere, but I'm not going anywhere. Nope, he says he's good to go. Tim is working hard, let me tell you. Tim has got a setup over here. I've got the easy job. Everything on my end is set up, and I'm just talking. He's kind of maneuvering the cameras, the ads, and everything else in between. Got to give a big shout-out to Tim on how hard he works. Chrisman back on the mound for Twin Rivers here to begin this bottom part of inning number 4. As Emily Davis now coming up to the plate. She struck out back in the second. Emily Davis for Doniphan. This one fouled away, so count is even, 1 ball and 1 strike. Davis batting .250 on the season. You're so very much welcome, Miss Kirkman. Appreciate you tuning in. Watching us from work today. Tim says, uh-oh. Here is the pitch on the way up high for a ball. 2 balls and a strike. So funny story, Tim, I'll tell you. I packed a cooler because I brought plenty of water. And a lot of people know that the catcher is my daughter. Well, she thought I brought the water for her, and she took some of my water out of my cooler. Little does she know that wasn't for her. 3 balls and a strike, but I can't complain too much. As long as she leaves me at least 1 bottle, I'm good. 3 balls and a strike here. Oh, Eric says sunny skies in Kenmore, Washington. There's a strike called. Full count now to Emily Davis, who has had done a phenomenal job on the mound so far. She has pitched 4 innings, only given up 2 hits and no runs. She's also struck out 6 batters and walked none. This one fouled away to the screen. Good heads-up play by Williams, trying to make a play on it. It's okay, Eric. We've got sunshine today, buddy, but tomorrow not so much. We're going to get clouds maybe later on today. Could get some rain tomorrow as well. Boy, that was action shot right there for you. Seeing that by Whitney Williams. There's a ground ball to Charlie Johnson. Throw in time is out at first base. A bang-bang play. And a great start here to inning number 4 for the Twin Rivers Lady Royals. It goes at 6-3 on the out. 1 down here in the inning. Kaden Bond will come up to the plate. She struck out back in the 2nd inning. Ron says she needs H2O. I know she does, Ron. That's why I didn't say nothing. There's a swing and a miss. Good pitch by Reese Chrisman. 5-0. Doniphan leads it here in bottom part of inning number 4. Great crowd on hand for Twin Rivers and Doniphan. A big audience watching us on social media too. We had some issues getting started this afternoon with the video being choppy, but Tim did a great job getting that all fixed. No problems. So Micah Kirkman now winds up in right, or make that left field. She is now in the game over at left field, and this one's taken up high for a ball. 2 balls and a strike here, 1 away, nobody on. We are already in the bottom part of inning number 4. This game is flying on by. This one's popped up out towards center field and coming in. Can't make a play on it. Good job by Casey Rose to hustle with it. And only allowing Kaden Bond to reach first base. It's one thing about this outfield. Casey Rose leads it. She's got a lot of speed in center field. Anything close and she's usually making a play on it. So now Sydney Speck comes in. She has doubled, she has walked, and she has scored. Making her 3rd plate appearance of the afternoon. This one for a bunt, and it is going to go foul. It hits the screen. Good hustle by Williams coming in. No balls and a strike. So head coach Laura Chilton for Doniphan Donettes, and Chelsea Dale is the assistant coach. She is standing on first base, and Laura Chilton stands on 3rd. This one taken up high for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. For Twin Rivers, you've got head coach Casey Parson and assistant coach Jack Childress. We got a chance to interview head coach Casey Parson before the game. Hopefully after this game, we'll be able to get Coach Chilton to come over here following this contest. 2 balls and a strike now. You can hear the Doniphan bench going crazy over there with 2 balls and a strike. 7 innings here this afternoon for a softball game, Mr. Eric. We have that pesky run rule we deal with as well. 15 after 3 and 10 after 5. Today's game, I believe in the first game, we're going to go, it looks like, maybe all 7 innings. Strike called at 3 balls and 2 strikes now. 1 down, a runner on first base. McKenna Monahan is up on deck. Trying to read the comments as they come in, but I'll tell you now, it's kind of difficult sometimes, the sun angle. There's a rocket shot to center field. Good job by Casey Rose, and they're going to attempt the arm. Here is the throw. They've got a rundown going. And try to get her on at third base, and tag and out at second base. Good job by the defense there by Twin Rivers. Hats off to Micah Kirkman coming in from left field. Great job by Charlie Johnson and Whitney Williams. That would not be started without a great throw by Casey Rose in center field. So 2 down in the inning as Speck winds up on first base now. So that one's going to end up. There's a ball in the dirt. Sydney Speck takes off, and you're not going to get her. She's just quick. She is lightning fast. Remember that name from basketball. She is so quick on the base pads. So 2 down in the inning as Caden Bond gets picked off at second base with an incredible throw by Casey Rose, and then great defense by Charlie Johnson, Whitney Williams, and Micah Kirkman, who came in from left field. 2 balls and no strikes here. McKenna Monahan, she has walked and she has struck out looking. And Sydney Speck winds up and takes third as well. So back-to-back stolen bases for that young lady. And now she winds up on third base. Micah Burton is standing on deck. She has also walked and struck out. She scored back in the third. So it's 3 balls and a strike here as McKenna Monahan tries to bring in another run. Make sure and share this video feed for us if you're watching us on Facebook. There's a line drive out to center field. What a catch by Casey Rose. And the inning will come to an end. So Doniphan strands a runner on third base. We go to the top part of inning number 5. Still 5-0 as Twin Rivers comes to bat. You're listening to live coverage of the OFC Softball Tournament here on today's Talk, 93.3 FM, 930 AM, KWOC, and we're on Facebook and on YouTube. All right, we are back here as we get ready for the top part of inning number 5. Layla Tompkins, Annie Middlestott, and Savannah Allen all due up here for Twin Rivers. Reason why we are here is because of our sponsors and the kids. That's why we're here today. So if you don't mind, would you help me? I know that for Twin Rivers, Annie Middlestott celebrating her 16th birthday today. So wish her a happy birthday on this feed. She'll go back and watch it later on. 5-0 Doniphan leads here in the top part of inning number 5. Layla Tompkins will lead things off. Tompkins flew out to right field back in the second. It is batters at 7-8-9 here in the top part of inning number 5. Davis goes back to work, and there's a strike called. Count is even now. 1 ball and 1 strike. We are live at Three Rivers College for the OFC Softball Tournament. There's a rocket to the center field, and the right fielder comes over and makes the catch. Bond, she has been huge over there at right field today. She has taken away a couple of hits and gets another out right there. So Tompkins now is 0 for 2 here in the ballgame. Coming up now is Annie Middlestott, the birthday girl. This one a swing, a foul tip. Middlestott struck out back in the third inning. Believe our general manager is here somewhere in attendance. I heard his truck pull up. Savannah Allen is on deck. This one in the dirt for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike here to Annie Middlestott. Head coach Casey Parson on third base, and Jack Childress is on first. Strike called right down the middle. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Big audience on Facebook and on YouTube this afternoon. And we're just getting started today. Lots of softball left to go. This one taken inside for a ball. Count is even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Middlestock trying to get something going with 1 down here in the 5th. Twin Rivers down at 5-0. Here is the 2-2 pitch on the way. In there for a called strike 3. It caught enough at the plate. 2 down here in the inning. So Savannah Allen coming up to the plate. She is 0 for 1. She struck out looking back in the 3rd. Casey Rose awaits on deck if Allen can get on base. Davis now comes set, and here's the pitch on the way. It is swing and a miss, and it's an 0-1 count. No balls and a strike here to Savannah Allen. Trying to get on base, and this one fouled away to the screen. No balls and 2 strikes. Coming up in the bottom part of inning number 5. It'll be Burton, Hawkins, and Bond at 3, 4, and 5 due up for Doniphan. No balls and 2 strikes here to Savannah Allen. Here is the pitch. Just misses inside, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Coming up in game number 2 this afternoon, it'll be Naylor and Neelyville. Naylor a 7 seed, Neelyville the 2 seed. Winners of those games will go on to the semifinals. This one popped up in foul territory. It's going to get out of play, or no catch was able to get made. Angie Rideout tuning in says, let's go TR. Glad to have Angie Rideout alongside this afternoon. We started today at 49 degrees, and that was a while back. We are at 52 right now. Not much wind to speak of, and that's some good news. This one's up high for a ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Savannah Allen. Doniphan picked up 2 runs in the 1st inning, 2 runs in the 3rd, and 1 in the 2nd. Strike 3 called, and the inning will come to an end. So 2 strikeouts in the inning, and we go to the bottom part of inning number 5. Doniphan still leads at 5-0. No runs and no hits and nobody left on. It'll be 3, 4, and 5 when we come back. We are live at 3 Rivers College, and you're listening to the OFC Softball Tournament here on today's Talk 93.3 FM, 930 AM KWOC. The OFC Softball Tournament. It's all being brought to you by Day One Chiropractic. Also being brought to you by Southern Care and Comfort In-Home Agency, JG Concrete Construction. Also being brought to you by J.W. Walker & Sons Recycling, J. Blue Trucking, Russians Towing, Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers, Barker's Towing and Auto Repair. Also being brought to you by Stan Bader Trust, Smokin' Aces, The Shooter Shack, Scott Law Firm, and being brought to you by Christian's Automotive and Tire, First Choice Insurance, White Sanders Funeral Home. Also being brought to you by Cornell Trucking, Farm Credit of Southeast Missouri, Simmons Grocery and Hardware, Roof Raiders, and Liberty is all proud supporting the OFC Softball Tournament. So now coming up to the plate now for the Doniphan Donettes. We've got Micah Burton now, 3, 4, and 5, all due up. Burton struck out back in the 1st, walked and scored in the 3rd. So here is the pitch on the way, up high for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. So Emily Davis here for the Donettes. She has pitched a phenomenal game thus far, giving up no runs on 2 hits, She's also stranded 2 runners on the base pads for Twin Rivers. She's gotten so far 6 Ks and no walks. She began the ball game with 49 strikeouts at 55 for the season, and the big number is 0 when it comes to walks. There's a pop out to left field. Micah Kirkman comes in to make the catch on a 1-1 pitch. So 1 out here in the inning. That one goes F7, and coming up to the plate now is Kylie Hawkins. Hawkins has struck out and grounded out to shortstop back in the 3rd. This one downstairs for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Big crowd tuning in this afternoon on YouTube and on Facebook. 5-0 the score here live at Three Rivers College in Poplar Bluff. It is just past the noontime hour. We're in game 1 of 5. This one in the dirt, this one hitter. So Hawkins is going to wind up on first base following the hit by pitch. So up next is Kyron Bond, who's stepping up. She is 2 for 2 in the ball game. Had a base hit back in the 1st and an RBI double back in the 3rd. This one misses for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out here in the inning. And Hawkins on first base following the hit by pitch. And this one misses inside as well. 2 balls and no strikes. Time called by the home plate umpire. And we're going to get a mound visit here by the head coach, Casey Parson. With that being said, our broadcast is presented by Barker's Towing and Auto Repair. Barker's not only tows, but your vehicle, they also service and repair them. From oil changes to engine repair, brake jobs, maintenance, 2- and 4-wheel alignments, even transmission service. They even offer tire services with certified technicians. It is also a shuttle service is also available. They've got lockouts, fuel delivery, jump starts, and 24/7 towing. It is Barker's by request at 785-7811. 785-7811. Barker's Towing and Auto Repair, a proud supporter of the OFC Softball Tournament. And now coming in to pitch here for Twin Rivers, the new pitcher, Charlie Johnson, is going to come in for the Twin Rivers Lady Royals. Going over to shortstop is now going to be Whitney Williams. Over at third base is going to be Reese Chrisman. So Twin Rivers working on their 3rd pitcher of the afternoon. Jordan Moore is tuning in this afternoon. Glad to see that she's turning on. She is going to be playing later on. By the way, Jordan Moore, a lot of stories on her. We'll get to her coming up at 5 p.m. Multiple no-hitters this year. She's a tough hombre in the circle for sure for East Carter, as they are the overall #1 seed in this tournament. They'll play at 5 p.m. between the winner between Twin Rivers and Doniphan. I think Tim is readjusting his equipment right now, his cameras. So coming up next, it'll be Naylor and Neelyville in game number 2. And then in the 3rd quarterfinal game of the afternoon, it'll be Clearwater and Greenville. Greenville, the 6th seed. Clearwater, the overall #3 seed. And then starting at 5 p.m., we'll begin the semifinals. For that contest, Sean Mannon will be with you in that contest, as I've got to skedaddle over to the Poplar Bluff High School for Mules baseball. There's the ground ball. Good job by Reese Chrisman. Gets over to first base in time. 2 down in the inning. Good stop by Reese Chrisman on that one. That's a big out. That one goes 5-3 on the out, and there's 2 down in the inning. So now Peyton Lowry coming up to the plate. She has struck out and grounded out to second base back in the 3rd. First pitch is up high over the catcher's head. 1 ball, no strikes. So now Kylie Hawkins stands on third base. Twin Rivers is trying to go back-to-back innings of not giving up a run. They're 1 out away from accomplishing that. This one's up high for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. Grayson Kirby awaits on deck. Kirby has singled, got to second base on an error in the field, and struck out looking back in the third. She is awaiting on deck. This one just misses up high for ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes now. 3 balls and no strikes, 2 down in the inning. This one up high as well for a 2-out walk. So Laborie now winds up on first base following a 2-out walk. And now Grayson Kirby comes up to the plate. Kirby is 1 for 2 in the ball game. Singled and struck out. Wayne Wilcutt tuning in says, "Let's go Tigers." Strike called, and Laborie takes off from first base and now stands on second. No balls and a strike here. Runners on second and third base. Twin Rivers down by 5 runs, trying to keep it a 5-run game. This one up high for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. You all right, Tim? I got to keep an eye on you once in a while. I want to make sure you're all right over there. Trying to get a new camera angle for you at home or watching us wherever you are. This one right down the middle. Great pitch by Charlie Johnson. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Practicing, I like it, Wayne. I like the input. I do. Keep it coming, my friend. That's one thing about this tournament. We don't have any vested interest on who wins. We want to see great ball games all the way around. All day long, we want to see good ball games. That was fouled away down the first base line. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Grayson Kirby, who was 1 for 2 in the afternoon. Just misses outside for a ball. Count is even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. We are in the latter part of this game. Bottom of the 5th inning right now. Twin Rivers trails 5-0. Doniphan trying to get to that semifinal game. This one up high for ball 3. Count is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Runners on second and third base. Laborie stands on second base. Kylie Hawkins is on third. So Kirby now stands in. This one's a ground ball hit sharply right to second base, and there's the 3rd out of the inning. Good shot by Grayson Kirby. But Layla Tompkins is able to take care of it. No runs, 1 hit, or make that no hits in the game or in this inning. And Doniphan strands 2 runners coming up in the top part of inning number 6. We are back to the top of the lineup. Casey Rose will lead things off. Twin Rivers down 5-0. You're listening to the OFC Softball Tournament here on today's Talk 93.3 FM, 930 AM, KWOC. All right, we come back to you in the top part of inning number 6 right now. Doniphan leads at 5-0, and Emily Davis, what a ball game she has had thus far. She has gone 5 innings here in the ball game. And for Emily Davis, she has only given up 2 hits, no runs. She's only allowed a couple of base runners all ball game. She's also got 8 strikeouts to her name, and the important thing is, still to this point, she's got no walks in the game. Casey Rose will lead things off. She is 0 for 2. She reached on an error and struck out back in the first. Takes ball 1 to lead things off for Twin Rivers. This one fouled away to the screen. The count is even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Make sure you tell us where you're tuning in today, whether you're watching from Doniphan, Twin Rivers area, work, whatever the case may be. This one grounded to shortstop. Good play. And no, not in time. An infield base hit by Casey Rose. I told you, if she gets a hold of one, she is hard to get out in the infield. A lot of speed by Casey Rose. Good play by the shortstop, though, Karen Bond, to make the attempt there. And now Reese Chrisman coming up to the plate. She is 0 for 2 in the ballgame as well. Trying to keep this going for Twin Rivers. Strike called. Casey Rose is going to slide in to second base. Didn't have a shot to get her second stolen base of the contest. She winds up on second base. Krista Childress is tuning in from Monroe, Alabama. I know who that is. That is Coach Childress' daughter tuning in. Glad to have her alongside. How's the weather in Alabama? 1 ball, 1 strike. To Reese Chrisman, has a runner in scoring position now at second base. Twin Rivers hasn't had a lot of opportunities to have base runners, and you don't want to leave them out there. Strike 2 is called. So now Davis ahead in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Head coach Casey Parson on third base and Jack Childress on first. Here is the 1-2 pitch. This one fouled away, nearly took out Charlie Johnson right in front of us. We got to have you out there, kid. Can't get hurt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Reese Chrisman trying to advance the runner. Zella says she is watching from Ringgold, Georgia. This one is popped up, and it's out in left field for the out, 1 down. So Reese Chrisman is retired. A good pop by her. It goes F7 on the out. And now Charlie Johnson coming up. She has doubled and flew out, or I should say popped out the shortstop back in the 4th. So Zella says, go Donettes. She is watching us from Ringgold, Georgia. Man, that's awesome. Whitney, or make that Charlie Johnson rips one down the line. Foul ball. I had Whitney right here in front of me, which is why I said Whitney. So Charlie, no balls and a strike, a long foul ball. Runner on second base, a big run standing on second base as Twin Rivers is down 5-0. Charlie now digs in, no balls and a strike. Davis comes set, and here's the 0-1 pitch. This one popped up. It's going to get out of play. No balls and 2 strikes now. You hear Coach Childress telling Charlie at home plate, didn't think that was a strike. No balls and 2 strikes now to Charlie Johnson. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Just misses downstairs for ball 1. Cody Rose says, let's go Lady Royals, tuning in from his office in Arkansas. Here is the 1-2 pitch on the way. Ground ball, this one taken to second base, and got the out at second base, and there's 2 down here in the inning. Good job by Peyton Lowry. It goes 4-3 on the out. 2 down in the inning, and here comes Whitney Williams now. So Casey advances to third base. Whitney standing in. She is 0 for 2 in the ballgame. She has flew out to right field both times. Jenny Castile awaits on deck. Strike 1 called right down the middle. Just in case we're all wondering, yes, Tim, it's true. Jenny does swing like her mother does, not like I do. She just shakes her head at me. She won't even look at me. Here is the 0-1 pitch. Whitney gets one, and this one drops in for a base hit. So Twin Rivers now is on the board. An RBI base hit by Williams. Shutout is no more. So Casey comes in to score the first run of the ball game here for Twin Rivers. And now Jenny Castile comes up. She is 1 for 2 in the ball game. She has flew out, and she has struck, or I should say got a base hit back in the 4th. And Whitney takes off from first base, and she is going to be in with a head-first slide. 1 ball, no strikes now. And now Whitney Williams is going to stand on second base. Micah Kirkman awaiting on deck. Castile is 1 for 2 in the ball game. Trying to get a second hit of this game, a swing and a miss, and the count is even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Coming up in our next contest, it'll be Naylor and Neelyville. Set to begin at 1 p.m. today. There's a ground ball hit sharply up the middle for a base hit. Williams comes around third, and she's going to score. So Jenny with a base hit, an RBI base hit. And she's going to wind up on second base on the overthrow. So now Jenny Castile does her job and gets on second base. And now it is 5-2. As a dad, I like to see that. As a dad, I do. I'm not going to lie to you. I like to see that. Kirkman now trying to keep this inning going. This one popped up, and it'll be a foul ball back to the screen. Our broadcast presented by Stan Bader Trust, family owned and operated for 37 years for residential and commercial and all types of wood trusses. It is Stan Bader. They have been building wood trusses for over 47 years. Give them a call, 328-4150, or contact them on Facebook. It is Stan Bader Trust, a proud supporter of the OFC Softball Tournament. 1 ball, 1 strike. This one is grounded out to the third base line for a foul ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Big audience here on Facebook and YouTube. We're so happy you're tuning in. People love their softball in this OFC tournament, no doubt about it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Davis comes set. Here's the offering. Just misses downstairs. The count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. That's right, Angie. She does bat like her mama. She may have got mad at me and hit a base hit. Who knows? 2 balls and 2 strikes. Down low again. Count is even. 3 balls and 2 strikes. We got to keep this inning going if you're Twin Rivers. Just because you got to give Teresa Rose, who keeps the scorebook, got to give her something to do. She's looking kind of bored over there. Just misses, and a 2-out walk. So the inning continues, and now Layla Tompkins comes up with 2 down in the inning. Tompkins is 0 for 2. She has flew out to right field both times. Glad to see Leanne Cheshire Hendricks is tuning in this afternoon with us on Facebook. She says, let's go Royals. This one in the dirt for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. So Jenny leads away from second base. Micah on first. 2 down in the inning, and Annie Middlestad awaits on deck. You're seeing our sponsors roll. There's a line drive. This is a base hit, and here comes Castile around. She is being waved, and she is going to be out at home base. Good throw by the Donettes to keep this a 3-run ball game. So we're going to go to the bottom part of inning number 6. It is a 5-2 game. Twin Rivers picks up 2 runs on a couple of hits. You're listening to live OFC tournament action here on Today's Talk, 93.3 FM, 930 AM, KWOC. What a throw by the center fielder by Doniphan. Sydney Speck, what an arm. All the way from center field to throw out Jenny Castile at home to keep it a 2-run ball game. It was a nice hit by Layla Tompkins. Jenny unable to score from second base. That was just good defense all the way around by Sydney Speck and the Donettes. So Twin Rivers picks up 2 runs on 4 hits in that last inning. They strand a runner. And for Emily Davis, it was her first walk issued of the ball game. So now coming up in this part of the 6th inning, it is 8-9-1 for the Donettes. So we'll see what Twin Rivers can do coming up here. So, Doniphan, we just got confirmation that Coach Chilton will come up here after or come over here following this game. We'll get her live on the program. Talk about this incredible game so far. 5-2 the score. Still a lot of softball to be had. This one is grounded out to second base, and they've got Davis by a step. Good job by Layla Tompkins. And Davis is out by a step. It goes 4-3 on the out. So Caden Bond is now going to come up to the plate. Caden Bond, so far in the ball game, she is 1 for 2, struck out back in the second, singled, and she was thrown out at third base back in the 4th. 1 ball, no strikes here, as Johnson back on the mound for Twin Rivers. Here is the 1-0 count pitch, swing and a miss, good pitch by Charlie Johnson. So don't forget, coming up following this game, it'll be Naylor, it'll be Neelyville. Anytime those 2 schools get together, I don't care what sport it is, it's usually pretty close. This one taken up high for a ball, 2 balls and a strike. So 2 balls here and a strike to Caden Bond. This one taken up high for another ball. 3 balls and a strike now. We may see Kylie Hawkins come in the top part of inning number 7 for the Donettes. In there for a called strike. 3 balls and 2 strikes, 1 down to the 9-hitter right now. I hope you can see that scoreboard at home or wherever you're watching. I can't see it in my monitor, but it's because of the sun angle. It's not because of anything else. Swing and a miss, 2 away. Way to come back, kid. So 2 down in the inning. And now we're back to the top of the lineup. Sydney Speck, who had a rocket cannon back in the last inning, threw out the runner at home. Stands in. Up by 3 runs and nobody on. She has not been retired so far in this game and takes ball 1 up high. So Speck walked back in the first and came around to score the first run, doubled in the second, and then singled in the 4th. She is 3 for 3 here, or make that 2 for 2 in the ball game. This is a ground ball, sharply taken by Whitney Williams. Throws not in time, and she is very tough to get so fast. It'll be an infield base hit by Sydney Speck. Good try by Whitney Williams at shortstop. Did everything she could on that one. Just could not throw her out. She is a hard out to get. Monahan coming up. She flew out to center field back in the 4th. This one is in the dirt for a ball. It's 1 ball, no strikes, and Speck takes off and gets on second. Monahan is 0 for 2 in the ball game. She walked and scored back in the 1st, and then she struck out looking in the 2nd, popped out to Casey Rose back in the 3rd, or make that back in the 4th. Here's the ground ball. This one's a base hit. And Sydney Speck is going to come in to score. They're going to try for third, and I believe Monahan's going to be tagged out, but the run will score. It was before the out was made. Good defense. Good job by Jenny Castile to get that ball to third base, but the run will come in to score. It is now 6-2, and Twin Rivers is down to their final 3 at-bats, 8, 9, and 1. When we come back, Twin Rivers down 6-2. You're listening to the OFC Softball Tournament here on Today's Talk, 93.3 FM, 930 AM, KWOC. All right, so here we go as we get ready for the top part of inning number 7. Twin Rivers is down by 4 runs. Doniphan gets a run back following that last inning after Sydney Speck able to score on a base hit by McKenna Monahan. Monahan tried to advance to third base on the overthrow and could not do it, as the catcher Castile got the ball to third base and they were able to apply the tag. 6-2 the score right now in our first of 5 games. That was Grandma Jackie who had to check in with me to make sure I was okay. She hadn't heard from me yet today. There's a ball taken on the inside part of the plate. So 1 ball, no strikes now to Annie Middlestott. 0 for 2 in the game thus far. This one tries to bunt. This one goes foul. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Annie Middlestott today turning 16 years old. So game 1 about to become in the books here. We still got 4 more games to follow. This one taken for a strike at the knees. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Nobody on, nobody out. Middlestott, Savannah Allen, then Casey Rose all due up in the inning. This one and in the dirt. Count is even now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two balls and 2 strikes now to Middlestott, who's trying to get aboard for the first time in the game. Swing and a miss. 1 down in the inning. So Savannah Allen now is 0 for 2 in the ball game. She's going to come up to the plate. Aaron says, "Let's go, Donettes." Casey Rose awaiting on deck. And if anybody gets on, Reese Chrisman going to bat 4th in the inning. Inside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Doniphan 2 outs away from moving on to the semifinals this afternoon to take on East Carter. Swing and a miss. A little bit high on that one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Coming up next, Neelyville takes on Naylor. You'll be able to tune in live. We'll have it covered for you. Here's a pop fly. This one is not going to be caught, but a flip over in time at second base. Good play by Peyton Lowry to stay with it. And it's going to go 4-3 on the out. So Casey Rose is going to come up now, and she is at Twin Rivers' final at bat here if she's unable to get on base. She is 1 for 3 in the afternoon. There's a swing and a miss. She singled and scored back in the 6th. Struck out back in the 1st and reached on an air back in the 3rd. What? No balls and a strike. This one's popped up, and this one is going to be caught by the left fielder, and the ball game comes to an end. What a catch by McKenna Monahan in left field. It goes F7 on the out, and the ball game will come to an end. Now, with that being said, we're going to keep it here for just a moment. I believe head coach Chilton is going to come over and talk with us. We're going to keep it here. We might have a lengthy delay, but that'll give us the time to get the next game set. We're not going to cut the audio feed. Are we going to cut it in 1 o'clock? So we may cut this feed and come back. That's what we'll do. We'll do that. We'll cut this one. We'll get head coach Chilton live on the air with us. I believe she's going to come over and talk with us. And then if she does, we will cut the feed for just a minute, and then we'll come back with a second game of the day between Naylor and Neelyville. So the next game is set to begin at about 1 p.m. So don't go anywhere. We're going to stick right here for just a minute before we get ready for game number 2 this afternoon. So Doniphan's going to move on to the next round. They're in the semifinals, and they will take on East Carter at 5 p.m. later on today. So what I'm going to do is you're not going to hear any audio for just a minute. I'm going to walk over and see if I can get the head coach, and then we're going to come back, and then we'll try to. Matter of fact, I might go over there and interview her on the field. That's what we probably will do. I'll leave this mic on, and then I will grab the other mic, and if you can just turn input 3 on whenever we get ready to go, that'll be great. All right, we are back here with the postgame wrap-up. Joining us right now is head coach Laura Chilton of the Doniphan Donettes. And first off, talk about Emily Davis on the mound for you guys. Gave up a couple of runs, but she was on the A game pretty much all ball game.
Yeah, she is going to be a hard one to replace because she always seems like she's just a solid pitcher. She's always got her head straight, and she stays on it. Even when she gets a hit off of her, she still stays in her own zone.
A couple of more come to mind defensively. Talk about Sydney Speck making that incredible throw from center field back in the 6th inning, and then your right fielder, and then Peyton Lowry at second base. Defensively, you guys were on target all ball game.
Yes, and that's what I tell them, that's what we're working on is the defense, because if you're not able to hit every inning, your defense has got to be the stuff that stops the other team from making.
So offensively, you guys were on point here this afternoon. Coming up at 5 p.m., you guys will take on another tough team in East Carter. Give me your thoughts on them, and let's just be honest. Can Doniphan hang with East Carter coming up at 5 p.m. today?
We can if we keep our heads right.
What will it take to beat East Carter? They're 10-0, so or make that 11-0 this year. What will it take to beat East Carter at 5 p.m. today?
Being able to put the bat on the ball.
And then a question for me, same lineup as the first game, or are you going to change it up a little bit?
We may may change it a little bit, but it won't vary very much.
All right, Coach. Thank you so much for the time. Good luck to you.
Yeah,
You betcha. Head coach Laura Chilton joining us live here from Doniphan. So there you have it. Game number 1 in the books. Coming up next, it is Naylor. It is Neelyville. And we're going to bring that to you live coming up starting at 1 p.m. Back to you, Tim. So here's what we're going to do. So we're going to go ahead just for a minute, and we're going to cut this feed only because we've got 5 games and we want to make sure. And the truth is, I've got to leave coming up at 3 o'clock. So during games 4 and 5, we're not, or make that 3 and 4 rather, we're not going to kill the feed. We're going to keep it going, but we want to make sure that we don't run out of time. So we're going to end this video feed, but don't worry. We're going to come right back with a brand new feed coming up in just a moment. It is Naylor. It is Neelyville. First pitch is scheduled for 1 p.m. Doniphan gets a big win over Twin Rivers. They now move on to the semifinals, and they will take on the East Carter Lady Redbirds. Before we end this feed and come right back, our sponsors, they include Day One Chiropractic, also Southern Care and Comfort In-Home Agency, also being brought to you by JG Concrete Construction, JW Walker & Sons Recycling, J Blue Trucking, Russians Towing, Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers, also being brought to you by Barker's Towing and Auto Repair, Stan Bader Trust, Smokin' Aces, Shooter Shack, Scott Law Firm, also being brought to you by Christian Auto and Tire, First Choice Insurance, White Sanders Funeral Home, Cornell Trucking, Farm Credit of Southeast Missouri, also being brought to you by Simmons Grocery and Hardware, Roof Raiders, and Liberty, all of our sponsors for the OFC Softball Tournament. With that being said, we will step away for just a moment. We're going to end this feed, but make sure and come right back for game number 2 between Neelyville and Naylor. We'll have it for you coming up toward the top of the hour. You've been listening